Average order value, or AOV. These are ways you can increase the amount of money that you're making from the same customer. That could mean that the customer is buying more than one item. It could mean that you raise your prices. In this video, I'm going to show you one of the best ways to get customers to buy not just one item from you, but two or even more. My name is Stephen Pope. I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy. This is one of the items I sell. It's a Mr. and Mrs. Wine tumbler set. This is in the top 18,000 in home and goods as of time of this video. It's a really great product. We've got a box with 2 tumblers. It comes with metal straws and a bunch of confetti inside of it. And it makes the consumer very happy, right? And this, of course, is a great item, Mr. and Mrs. for a generic type of gift item. Great for weddings, and you get the drift. So I'm going to scroll down on this listing, and what you're going to notice is that when I get to the A+ content section, first of all, make sure you guys all have the brand story. This is such an awesome module. Here's the first place that you can increase your AOV. Simply come in and add products to your brand story. Now, if this is the first time you've heard of a brand story, watch this video next on how to get the setup. But it's a newest A+ content module. And in here, you can see, I can click this right now. So let's go do it. I'm going to click that. Now, if I was buying a Mr. and Mrs. like this, chances are I would probably buy this Mega Pint too, or it would be within reasonable distance that I would want to purchase this. This one comes with a pirate eye patch, right? So I mean, I like to add little extras into some of my items so I can't get ripped off as easily because, you know, personalizing a tumbler, pretty easy business to get into, right? Okay, so as we scroll down, you saw that I had a brand story there. This is a different brand with a different item persona, and I've got a different brand story here, but same idea. I'm cross-linking products, right? So I've got Visit the Store, Visit Momster. I've also got the Age of Sage brand that was the listing that we came from. So as we scroll down, there's another location that you can talk about other products, and it's the lowest section in the A+ content, or at least this is where I like to put it, and I call this the product grid inside of A+ content. This section, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is. First of all, great way to just simply cross-link your products, right? Now, when you are on Amazon as a consumer, you are bombarded with competing ads. First thing you do when you get down here, compare with similar items, right? Scroll down a little bit further. Okay, there's some social posts. That's good. But down here, more ads, just freaking ads everywhere you go on Amazon, right? So the reason you need to take up so much space on A+ content is to push down and push away the ads that are coming in from competing sources. So this product grid is such an awesome way to do that. First of all, you can put in pictures of the other products, and if you got an item that's new, great place to put this. You want to try and start pushing a new product you haven't sold any of, also a great place to put this. Want to put a CTA or a call to action like get this right there? Totally kosher. That's something you can do, and then they will click on that product and hopefully purchase it. And you're going to start to see in your business reports that AOV go up. The number of units that you sell to the same consumer is going to inch upward once you add in this A+ content product grid, especially if you don't have the product grid and then you go in and add it, right? So here are some tips I'm going to give you on some ways to improve this. First of all, make sure that you actually have the hyperlinks program. Sometimes I see people that will create the product grid, but they forget to associate the ASIN in the back end. So you can see how I put my cursor on here. This is what it's supposed to look like. And then I can click on the image. I can click on the text. Both of them load the page just like that. Okay. Now, below that, inside of the product grid, I have a comparison chart here. Now, various different products can do this. Now, let's say you only have a single product. You may struggle building this section, but let me tell you, first of all, launch more products. Second of all, find a buddy who you are going to agree to create a product grid and cross-link your products, hopefully in the same category or resembling the same customer avatar, but you can buddy up with somebody and both agree to cross-link products because it's beneficial to do that for various reasons. So now, as you're building out this product grid here, because this is not specifically linked to one specific brand, you can cross-link any brand, any ASIN on Amazon in the A+ content. Totally kosher. So down here, as you consider like the purpose of your item, there's a lot of different ways that you could build out the product grid. For starters, you could have the same idea of a parentage, right? So if we go to my soaps here, and then in the top here, I have 16 different scents and combinations of soaps, right? So a product grid up in the parentage section with variations trees is kind of similar, right? And as we go back down to the product grid here, I'm linking two different soaps because I'm trying to push those two in particular based on this particular product, right? And you could cross-link other types of soaps. So, you know, I've got the man cave kind of angle going here. I've got the mama bear angle. So if you got one item for each of you, you get different sort of angles and ways to go. Okay, so as we look at this list here, you could do variations. You could do good, better, best. There's a really great episode on Shark Tank from the Profits, the drumming episode, where he explains this very, very well. When you have a good product you might sell for $700, the drum set, you got a great product you might sell for $1,000, and an exceptional product that you might sell, or best product you might sell for $2,000, right? Good, better, best. Simplifying SKU counts down to 3 models, good, better, best, was how they turned that drum set business around in the Shark Tank episode. So you could link good, better, best, and then cross-pollinate and compare, you know, why this is good, better, or best. Here's an example of a product grid that's extremely technical, right? And so they've got a 303 SKU number, 704, 707, and they kind of go up in the SKU counts with various different designs and whatnot. They have all the dimensions listed, the weights, etc. And sometimes it's okay to have the same check mark across the list. So for here, you got the brass fittings, it's on all of them, right? Like they all have it. Sometimes you need that second product grid also from Liberty Garden right down here on the bottom, right? Like there's a way to cross-pollinate additional products. You can do multiple product grids, multiple rows, and showcase the good, better, best angle, showcase the technical, here's why you might need this 15-pound item versus this 12 versus the 17-pound item, the number of hose capacity, right? So I need 125 versus a 200 versus 150. You get the idea very quickly which product is right for you, because sometimes there's different ways a consumer would buy it, right? Now, if I'm a farmer, I'm selling the John Deere tractor to farmers, there's 2 ways consumers buy that particular product. There's the farmer who's super technical, doesn't want to talk to anybody. They just need to see the spec sheet, just like an A+ content product grid might. They're going to make their entire buying decision based on that. The second type of consumer who might buy from John Deere might be more of a beginner and has no idea where to start. The technical sheets means nothing to them because they don't even know how to translate or understand it. They need to get on the phone with customer service. And so when John Deere figured this out, they redid their entire marketing funnel to just basically funnel people down those 2 paths. Technical sheet versus talk on the phone, and then their sales went through the roof. And it's the same thing with a product grid. You just need to know like where to push them, where to go, and how to do it, and you get the idea. Here's another one: 600-pound versus 1,200-pound capacity. By the picture alone, can you tell that this one can do more pounds than the other? No way, right? But down in a product grid, you can. If I was going to be purchasing this Mr. and Mrs. wine tumbler set, I might need more gifts for that wedding, for Christmas, or for birthdays or whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I learn more about the product and I see, oh, they also have a mama bear. Oh my gosh, I can customize this. I can put different names on the tumbler. Well, I had a really good experience buying Mr. and Mrs. I'm going to come back and buy from them. Oh my gosh, they have a mom box. It's a spa set and it's got soaps, tumblers, and a card, and all I need to do is just purchase this and I've got Mother's Day covered. I'm going to come back and purchase this. I wouldn't have seen these things on this product because generally the consumer experience is just come, buy, and leave, right? But come, shop, and browse. But instead of browsing the search box where I'm going to see all the competing Amazon products, I'm going to see all the products that are built around the brand and the experience, right? You can create a whole collection within the A+ content. Speaking of product collections, this is going to bring us over to the Amazon brand store. Did you know they have a new way to take a product grid, which normally might look like this, and turn it into a product collection and promote a curated set of products in the store or the Amazon placements? And you can click on this help file to get some ideas and go through that. I know my video's in the way. I'll move me over here and look at all the tips. And if you want to feature products that aren't related to XYZ, use the product grid tile But if you want to do something that's more of like a summer view or whatnot, there's a lot of things that you can do in help files surrounding a product collection. And while we're on the topic of Amazon brand stores, I really recommend that the way that you build the brand store is to put the top 4 best sellers of a well-established brand right at the top of a brand store. I was kind of experimenting this with, and I was deciding like whether I wanted 2 rows here on the top of my brand store, and here is what I had built out. And I decided I was going to go down to just a single row of 4 products. So I didn't publish the second row here, but I kind of had it up for demo purposes to shoot this video. And so you can see that there's a subscribe and save button right there. But what is the top 4 products that represent my brand? Well, these are some of my 4 top sellers: the Mr. and Mrs., which we started the video on, some incense sticks, some soap, and my Mega Pint, which went really well with the Johnny Depp trial, and Amber and all that garbage that went through the media. So these are things that did really, really well for me, and I wanted people to associate my brand name as much as possible. You'll also notice in the photos I have the picture of the brand right on the box, just to make sure I emphasize that as much as possible. Certain products that's easier to do with than others, but all of my products come in this Age of Sage white box, simplistic modern type view. In any case, when you have a brand store, I think a lot of brands like start on a shot like this, and this may or be hit or miss. Your brand might be bigger than just like a spa gift set for mom, right? Like that could be a giant miss, especially with my brand being pretty broad. I sell everything from incense sticks to tumblers and soaps and all kinds of rando gifts for anybody in the family, right? So if I started something out a little bit too niche or too specific, I might lose some people. So I decided that I really wanted to start on the top 4 product row like this, and I think that really helps with AOV as well, because if you think about it, when somebody goes over onto a particular product, so let's go back to my store on the live page here. I'm going to click into a product. Oh, by the way, I was switching this. So I think it's better than images. I think the actual add to cart functionality should be in the top row of a brand store. That's just my personal take. I think there's probably a lot of different ways you could do this, but I think that this with the add to cart functionality looks better, even though it takes up more space than that simplistic image set. I think it's a better consumer experience. So I just literally just published the one with the add to cart functionality, and I'm replacing this and trying to improve it and take it to the next level. I was also looking at my store during my last live Q&A, and I was like, by the way, we do those on Fridays at noon Eastern Standard Time. Come ask me any Amazon question. And when I was building this out on my store, and I was like, why are we putting this kind of stuff, right? Like I have a mostly feminine brand, and I've got all like 3 of the 4 slots are for men's products, and I was like, I don't even know how to get to my incense sticks on this page. And so I decided to shoot this video and do some edits and improve it. And that's why I ended up with this, where I put my 4 top sellers, and they do happen to be slightly, got a macho soap here, which is my best selling soap at the moment. But it was different than, you know, trying to do the lightsaber angle, which was kind of a little bit like the most off-brand item I sell. And it doesn't sell as well anyway, right? So I decided I was going to do that. And I think if you consider the fact when somebody does go to a product listing like this and they click on the brand store, why are they doing that? They want to see more items from the brand. Well, what better way to do that than to cross-pollinate and increase your average order value and showcase, like, we've got 4 different top selling products. Check them out, click on them, touch them, feel them, do all kinds of different things. Don't forget, also at the top of a store, you have the ability to create sub pages. And so if you want to do something for her, for him, soaps, tumblers, occasions, all of these different things. We got the social posts over there. Watch this video next where I talk about how to do 7 different tips on social posts. And when you go down and look at all these occasions, there's just a lot of different ways you can cross-pollinate, increase your average order value. But I really want to emphasize that I truly believe that having a product grid with 4 products, your 4 best sellers right at the top of the brand store, for most brands that have like 20 plus SKUs, that's going to be a really effective way to cross-pollinate the brand. And then as somebody scrolls down, it's okay if one of those items is emphasized spa gift for mom, everything they need to feel love in one box. I think that's really good marketing, by the way. And then we've got other boxes for him, for her. We've got the Mega Pint angle. We've got handmade soap sets and much, much more. And we can go over to like the new release section where we've got lots of product grids and stuff like that. Gift sets for her and him. And there's all kinds of product grid rows, right? You don't have to have lots of different banners going on. If you just put lots of product grids in on the sub pages. Sometimes that's what the consumer wants to see. They just want to see all of these different products that we offer. And we offer a lot of different freaking soaps, right? All kinds of different flavors depending on, you know, what you want to do. And by the way, one of the reasons that we started offering this is because when we started out with the soap sets, we were selling them in 4 different scents per box, right? And we came out with a damsel set, we came out with the fruity set, and what I kept getting customer messages where they're like, hey, I really like this pomegranate cherry, but I hate the tangerine grapefruit. Like, can I just get 4 of the pomegranate cherries? And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I ended up creating a bunch of merchant fulfilled SKUs, and then some of these took off and others didn't, and so we stock some in FBA a little bit more than we stock on the merchant fulfilled side. But now consumers can come in and pick 4 of one particular scent, go all in on it, and get that. So like, these are all generic ways you can increase your average order value by connecting your products together. That's been the theme of this entire video. Connect your products together. That's a very easy way to do in the A+ content, very easy way to do this in the brand store. You've got social posts, you can connect your products, many other different angles. Let me know how you're gonna connect your products. Is there anything else I missed? Something, put it in the comment section. Watch these videos next on improving your sales and your traffic and your conversion. And thanks for subscribing to My Amazon Guy.